Imagine you're going to write one of the most difficult exams in the world, that is UPSC Civil Services examination, and you don't know the pattern of that exam. How will you succeed? It's impossible. That is why before you start UPSC preparation, it is very important to understand in detail the pattern of UPSC. Not just that, even if you are going to subscribe to a coaching institute also, you need to understand what all is there so that you can ask relevant questions and you can get the maximum out of the institutes and even help you in selecting them. But the most important thing, this lecture is going to help you in knowing the game, that is UPSC. So let us get started with respect to the detailed explanation about the UPSC pattern. Now, first things first, I let me tell you that this examination consists of three stages, right? It consists of three stages. Now, the very first stage is the prelims stage, or it is also known as the preliminary stage, right? The second stage is basically the mains examination. And then you have the third stage, which people call it as the interview, but its name in the notification is the personality test. It's very important for you to know that it is called personality test so that you prepare for it as a personality test and not just an interview wherein your knowledge is tested. So these are the three stages that are there in UPSC examination. Now let us have a look at the three stages in detail. First comes your prelims paper. Now in prelims you have two paper, GS1 and GS2. Now the GS2 paper is prominently or popularly known as or is also known as the CSAT paper, that is Civil Services Aptitude Test. More on that later. Now first let's focus on the GS1 paper, right? Now this paper is of 100 questions. It is of 2 hours and it consists of 200 marks. That means each question is of 2 marks. Okay. Now let us look at the negative of that as well. If you get the answer incorrect, then for each question you get one third negative of the total marks of that question. So you will get negative one third of 2. That means you will get minus 2 by 3. That is minus 0.66 is what is the negative marking in GS paper 1. Now remember, this GS paper 1 is the paper that will be used to find out the cutoff. This will decide who goes into writing mains or not, right? Now let's come to GS paper 2, that is CSAT, that is Civil Services Aptitude Test. Now in Civil Services Aptitude Test, there are only 80 questions. Now these 80 questions gives you a total of 200 marks. This is also of 2 hours. How will 80 questions give you a total of 200 marks? Each question over here will be of 2.5 marks. That means the negative over here will be what? One third of 2.5, that is minus 0.83 will be the negative marking over here. Very important for you to know. Now, if you don't solve a particular question and leave it just like that, then there will be no negative marking for the questions that you have actually left. So I hope that is clear. Now let us understand the kind of content that is there in prelims GS paper 1. Here you will have history of India and the Indian national movement. You will have geography of India and the world. You will have economics. You will have polity. You will have current affairs, basically news of national and international importance. You will also have environment. You will have the government schemes, etc., etc. More on the syllabus part in the later videos on our channel. Now, but you understood the idea of humanity subjects being asked. Now, let us look at the CSAT syllabus. When it comes to CSAT, you will have logical reason, right? Then you will have quantitative or quants, quantitative aptitude, which is with respect to number, right? Number, percentages, speed, distance, and time, so on and so forth. Then you will also have reading comprehension, reading comprehension. Now, please don't be of the idea that if I do only reading comprehension, I will clear. No, that will not happen. First of all, reading comprehension question can be difficult, can be confusing. At the same time, the number of questions may drop as it happened in 2026, so on and so forth. So you will have to study everything over here. I hope that's clear. Now, so this is basically the syllabus for CSAT paper. Now, so this was all about the prelims. Now, let us move on to the mains. Now, in mains, you have a total of 9 papers. Now, out of 9 papers, 2 papers are basically qualifying in nature. Yes, qualifying reminds me to tell you that the CSAT paper over here is also qualifying in nature. You will have to score one third of 200. That means you have to score 67 marks to clear it. Once you clear it, only then your general studies paper OMR sheet is checked, and based on that, whether you are clearing the cutoff or not will be decided. In the same manner, in mains paper also, you have 2 papers that are qualifying in nature. One is basically any language of the Indian schedule. There are 22 languages that are mentioned. You can select any one of the languages. That can be Kannada, for example. That can be Hindi, for example, Tamil, Telugu, etc. And another language is English, which is same for everyone else. This language, the first language paper qualifying in nature, you can select, but the other is English. Remember, this first qualifying language paper is basically exempted for the students from northeastern India, right? Now here, to qualify, you just have to score 25% marks, and these 2 papers are of 300 marks, so you have to score only 75 marks. If you do, then you qualify this paper, and only then your other papers will be checked. So how many papers remain now? Only 7 papers remain. In that, the very first paper, your paper 1 will be the essay paper. It will happen on the first day. Then the next day, there will be 2 papers, that is paper 2 and paper 3. They are GS1 and GS2. Then you have paper 4 and paper 5, that is GS3 and GS4. Right. Each of these papers are of 250 marks each. Now, 2 more papers are remaining. That is your optional subjects paper 1 and optional subjects paper 2. You are required to select any one optional. Let's say you select sociology as an optional. For sociology optional, you will have 2 papers, sociology paper 1 and sociology paper 2. So these two are also of 250 marks. So total 7 papers of 250 marks gives you a total of 1750, plus these 2 papers of language were of 300 marks each, which is just of qualifying nature. All the papers are of 3 hours. But if you qualify, only then your other papers will be checked, and whether you are selected for personality test or not will be decided based on these 1750 marks. I hope that's clear. Now let's come to the personality test. Now, personality test that is there, it is not an interview, so it's not a test of your knowledge, it is a test of your personality, and personality test is basically of 275 marks. I hope that's clear. Now, you would have scored some marks out of 1750 plus some marks out of this personality test. The total here comes out to be 2025. This is basically the total. Now, out of this 2025 marks, how much you score, based on that, it will be decided whether you are there in the final list or not. If your name is there in the final list, then congratulations, you will be selected. So basically, this is what the pattern of UPSC is all about. Now, it is not done yet. Now, please ensure that you are thorough with the pattern that I've told you, but subsequently, please also ensure, guys, that you are also thorough with the syllabus of UPSC Civil Services Examination, which is very, very important. So, with respect to the discussion on the syllabus and with respect to how to prepare for the upcoming 2027 UPSC Civil Services Examination, and many more informative videos for your UPSC preparation, guidance, and mentorship, make sure you subscribe to UPSC with Tauha. Hit that bell icon so that you are notified every time I'm live or I bring out videos for you. Thank you.